And the guys back at the Gatehouse next.
The head coaches, Ime
Goon on the offensive side. See if he wants to guard on the perimeter.
Pajemski, Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. Butler down the lane on the kick out. Moody catch and shoot three, and off iron there. For the Rockets, 14-2 in their last 16. Van Vliet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Ben Thompson, and Alperen Sengun, the All-Star.
They're coming off a great win versus the Thunder.
They beat OKC and snapped their 11-game winning streak, and then the Lakers beat OKC this afternoon. Van Vliet misfiring. All four meetings have been decided by 7 or fewer points than the Warriors and Rockets this year. Every game incredibly competitive. Green trying to stay with Steph.
A rough one that you lost to go to Vegas, the semifinals of the NBA Cup. But you still feel like you owe this team as Draymond loses it. Van Vliet in there stood his ground.
Ben Thompson on the step around.
They will get the fast break points, and Thompson is one of the main reasons why. He is a supreme athlete.
Now throwaway. Pajemski, Moody unable to connect. Jalen Green on Filipino heritage player in NBA history after Raymond Thompson and Jordan Clarkson.
He's been playing well. Warriors actually guarded him well in all the games they played him.
Pajemski missed the layup and the ricochet out to Moody. Moses took some physicality and couldn't finish there, so the Warriors are 0 for. The top 5 defensive teams in the last 2 months. Mention how hot the Warriors are, 21-5, and the Rockets at 14-2. A lot of winning for both squads. Sengun pulled the Davidsky off his back foot.
Forced him to break bad habits, and it's been a big turnaround, man. And the fact that they're in the second spot, getting ready for the playoffs, they have a tough rest of the season here. They got some playoff teams they got to go against. A Steph misses a three.
Dylan Brooks with the early seal and turns in 15 a game.
He missed their last game, so I'm sure he's ready for this one. Ready to cause havoc and be a pest.
Yeah, 16 technicals, the automatic suspension for Dylan Brooks. Pajemski, Brandon 3. Brandon at 26 against Denver. Building on that great night against the Lakers.
He's just making quick decisions as they come down, and Jalen Green misses another one. But Van Vliet on the Pajemski 3, he just stayed with the ball handler a little too long. Pajemski's making such quick decisions, he's making people pay.
Van Vliet is guarding Draymond. Warriors are trying to work on that. Draymond unable to capitalize. Moody the open 3. Those are the ones you have to hit against the Rockets.
Van Vliet is pretty smart, though. He pulled the chair out from under Draymond. Made him get off balance.
Sengun, very deep position, but Draymond still warding him off.
Draymond's talking to him, too.
Pajemski, how hot am I? How about back?
Feeling it for games on end here.
He's had 7 threes, 8 threes, 4 threes just this week in games.
But you just love seeing a guy like him string games together, find some consistency.
Moody denied. Jimmy Butler cleans it up.
That's why you never assume that they're going to make a layup there. Just follow it up. Jimmy Butler probably had his easiest layup of the season so far.
Yeah, particularly for Ben Thompson's around the rim. Don't assume anything. So good for a young player. Sengun plays a little like baby Jokic. Shot clock at 3. And Thompson denied by Pajemski.
Draymond defensively set a tone, the double team, and then they just made sure Ben Thompson couldn't score in there.
And see Van Vliet, that championship pedigree, he knocked it away.
Draymond's raising his hand. You got to throw that up high. Throw it long.
Come on again. How many stops are we getting at point-blank range? Both these teams can guard. And Butler, there's going to be some physicality tonight.
They got some rim protection. Not just Thompson. Green got in there that time.
Off of Brooks. Kind of a wild one. Warriors have opened 3 of 12. The Rockets 3 of 10. Curry sidestep 3. And even Steph is offline.
I think the up and down, though, favors the Warriors. The flow. Anything to get some type of flow in this one.
I think you did not want to go against a set defense.
Well, that's the thing.
Sure, you're right on it.
And I think the Rockets would rather have it choppy and more of an ugly game.
Sengun's got Pajemski on a switch. Moody is lurking. The Warriors kind of sit in a little zone matchup now. They get back to man-to-man. Dillon Brooks hit one fadeaway and hits another one.
If someone dunks it, something good happens. Everybody's feeling good.
So Kuminga's first playing time with Buddy Hield, Steph and Draymond. Moody spinning around Şengün, but Dillon Brooks is there. You just see the recovery by the Rockets. Curry three, but is one of my favorite opponent players because he plays with an energy level equivalent to Guy Santos, and he's really good.
They got some good minutes off the bench in that Thunder game. Another turnover.
And he forced Steph into a turnover. So Dillon Brooks had a couple buckets. Taking it inside. So Dillon Brooks 3 of 3. And the Rockets back on top.
So that's 3 turnovers for 4 Rockets points.
This Van Vliet guarding Draymond is very interesting. Buddy Hield catch and shoot 3. You can use as he drops in the triple.
Yeah, if your bench could come up big tonight, that would be huge. The Warriors, the last 4 games, they've shot it really well. You could use a great shooting game tonight.
Tari Eason for 3, shot it long. And Kuminga, who has played exceptionally well against the Rockets. JK has averaged 25 a game in 3 of the meetings. Step back to Kuminga, perfectly done. 2-man jump and Steph, make him pay.
Shoot the initial 3, give it back to Steph as he relocates. Let the 2 defenders jump at him. Get you an easy one. Now you've seen one go in. Anything can happen for you.
Şengün with deep position. All that skill with the right hand, and he draws a foul.
Warriors are doing everything else, man. They're shooting.
Şengün, Turkey, his first All-Star nod this year. So Van Vliet will take Steph as Draymond sits and Looney in the game. Kuminga out to Payton for 3. A GP thumb ligament wrapped up, but he's been shooting 60% on threes for the better part of 3 weeks.
He loves those corners. What rust.
Jabari Smith checking in, and he gives them a perimeter score, and he's a great rebounder. Şengün on Looney.
Wow, he's so slippery. His game really reminds me of Jokic, man. He got so much game.
At age 22, where's the ceiling for Şengün? Jokic is 30 now, and you saw him get better and better every year. So Van Vliet's guarding Looney. Kuminga had the
3rd in the league now in bench points. The Rockets are 23rd, so that could be a big part of the game. Can you win that battle decisively, too?
Steven Adams is checked in. 6'11", 265, and Looney. That's exactly right. Perfectly done. So a 3-point lead in the ball, but you're in a wrestling match with an elite defensive team. This is not going to be pretty tonight. Buddy Hield has hit 2
there. So just Kuminga being involved in some of this action, we're getting some really good offense out of it.
Buddy 12 threes away from 7 straight years with 200 or more. Green missing that short. Curry pushing it back. Kuminga on Steven Adams. Settle for the foul line jumper and just rim it off.
And now on this side, you always have to keep Steven Adams off the glass. You see him fighting inside.
Steven Adams doesn't look for his own offense very often, but that deep position there just couldn't finish. Steph and Van Vliet. You think of Toronto and the Warriors in the finals. They double Steph and got it out of his hands. P2 getting bounced around, and Kuminga 3.
I think he surprised Easton there. There was no hesitation that time.
Van Vliet flipping it up and out. Man, you better come strong to the rim tonight.
You have some momentum here. Can you keep on it? Another turnover.
Kuminga throws it away. Jalen Green with that speed. GP2. Give me that. Took it away. And then out of bounds to be the best backcourt in the NBA. Jordan and whom? Jabari Smith missed there. Steven Adams
like that. But you had a body on Steven Adams that time. He had to do extra. Looney just getting in the fight. You're rewarded that time. You need more of that.
Have we ever seen Steven Adams and Jason Momoa in the same building at the same time?
You keep saying that.
Elbow jumper, Podziemski, rimming it home.
His shot profile, and he's finding angles to the basket. He's really comfortable with that mid-range, right around the free throw line now.
Ben Thompson soaring to the rim.
You get well. There's no space to recover.
Kuminga Watt
for Jonathan Kuminga.
Jimmy Butler does a lot of things that help you win. Just do what he says.
Now the Rockets are in the zone. Look at Looney in the middle here.
Butler driving the zone. Jemski on a sidestep three. Off the heel of the rim, and Şengün pushed. Warriors have committed only once. They'll have one to give.
Two people in the middle that time for a second.
Ime Udoka trying a lot of different defensive things. Kuminga shooting that three, and that's a win for the Rockets there.
You have Şengün coming out at you and closing out. You could show and go next time, make a play for someone else if you're Kuminga.
Want to go to Şengün, posting up. They clear a side for him. The double team makes him give it up. Shot clock at 7. Tari Eason denied by Looney. What a play by Kevon.
Well, first of all, it's an on-ball defense from Jimmy Butler. Don't give up a blow-by. You give your help some time.
Jemski mid-range. Looney tipping, and it wouldn't stay down.